Hey there. Recently I was in Poway, Wisconsin for Sandwiches of History, a dining experience. It was a two-night event. It was a sandwich tasting and a sit-down menu. The menu was designed by Andy Ziegler of Kanaki's Meats. It was a lot of fun. Now, I didn't think I was going to have a lot of time to explore, but thanks to Nick at 7 Acre Dairy and Kyle Nabilsi, Sandwiches of History fan, I was able to take a couple of side trips. Just a heads up, these side trips were not planned, so I only have the one mic, so the audio quality might not be the best. Also, this video and another one that I'm going to post is quite a bit longer than my usual video. It's probably about 15 minutes, but I hope you still enjoy them. In today's video, I visit the National Mustard Museum in Middleton, Wisconsin, run by a guy named Barry. That's right, another Barry, Barry Levinson. And let's just say it was more mustard than I think I'll ever see again in my life. Plus, I got to be a judge for the Mustard Grand Champion of 2026. Check it out. All right, we are here in Middleton, Wisconsin, to visit the one and only Mustard Museum. Let's go check it out. Hello.
Hello.
Who exactly are you, sir, and when did you start this?
Well, I started it in 1986 when the Red Sox lost the World Series.
Was that the cause of it?
Yes, I was so depressed that I couldn't sleep when the 1986 Red Sox lost the World Series to the Mets. And I didn't know what to do, so I went to an all-night supermarket just to roam up and down the aisles, figuring, what am I going to do with my life? When I passed the mustards, I heard a voice that said, if you collect us, they will come. And they did.
Yeah.
They have.
How many mustards are here?
Different mustards, 7,100. More than that. Mustard Piece Theater here is a video all about mustard. We've got mustard tins lining the walls here. We have a Coleman's exhibit. We've got French mustards over here. French, German mustards. We really don't have room for all of them. We've got thousands more.
Are there plans to put those anywhere?
Yes.
Okay.
Eventually, we're going to get them here.
And do people send you mustards, or
Yes.
do you acquire them yourselves, or?
Both. I think we just got mustards from Argentina.
Is there any unique characteristics of the mustards from Argentina?
They're probably mimicking other styles.
Is there a country that has done mustard in a very unique way?
Well, France, of course. South America has done quite a bit lately
Okay.
in mustards. Mustards from Sweden, from Denmark, from Luxembourg, from Poland, all over South America. We've got mustard from Israel, from mustard from
Wow, Egypt, Croatia.
Egypt. Yeah. Mustard from all over the world. We've got about 85 different countries.
How many of these have you tried?
I've probably tried about 3,000 different mustards.
Wow.
Because every year, mustards are sent here for the worldwide mustard competition. So we've got about 250 mustards from the competition. In fact, you are welcome to be a judge for the Grand Champion round.
Don't mind if I do.
All right.
Yeah, I'm in.
Because there are 18 categories and
Okay.
18 gold medal winners.
Oh, wow.
So,
A little bit of pressure.
yeah, a
I
little
think
pressure.
I think I can do it.
We've got mustard pots.
And are these some of these antiques? Are they all antiques?
Some of them are antiques. Many of them are. Silver pots here.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Actually, sterling silver, which used to be the go-to or the gift that people gave for a wedding.
Is there a particular substance, or like, is porcelain better? Is silver better? Does it matter? Or does
No,
it matter?
doesn't matter. We have exhibit here from the Edmund Fallow Moutarderie,
Okay.
which was just set up last June, I think
Okay.
it was.
Wow.
Dijon mustard should only be made with the brown seed.
Okay.
And it is usually a little spicier or a little more forward in flavor than the yellow mustard seed, which is used for like American yellow mustard.
Where is most of the mustard seed from? Where's it grown?
Canada, yes.
Canada. Nicely done.
Nicely done.
So does France import from Canada?
Yes, they do.
Because my assumption was they clearly have mustard in France. They must.
Well, they do, and Edmund Fallow uses his own mustard seed that he grows there,
Okay.
but very few companies do that.
Gotcha.
I'm going
Wow.
to get you tasting.
Okay, you talked me into it.
All right. We are tasting the Grand Champion round of the World Mustard Competition. This is also being tasted in Boston, in Colorado, also in Madison, where we tasted at the Harvey House, a very well-known restaurant, and the chef there. So we are tasting 18 different mustards. They're all gold medal mustards. So one is going to be Grand Champion.
I'm Kyle Nabilsi, former board member with the National Mustard Museum, and now just like a friend of mustard.
And sandwiches of history.
And sandwiches of history, exactly.
Okay, so what are we kicking things off with?
With a sweet, mild mustard.
Okay, that makes sense. It's kind of hard to rate it 1 to 18 when you've had one.
Right.
And you'll see on the sheet that each category is sort of broken down by whether you should expect it to have a mustardy heat,
Yep.
a heat from something introduced to the mustard like a pepper or horseradish, which
Yep.
is going to be a different function of heat on
Yep.
your tongue.
Right. And also, so you don't have to guess, some of them, like the fruit mustard, is a passion fruit mustard.
Okay.
So
Good. Okay.
you don't have to guess that.
All right, we're going classic American yellow next.
Sweet hot.
The sweetness is not just sugar. There's something
Right.
to that. It's
Yeah, there may be
Interesting.
honey,
yeah.
but there is a separate category for honey mustards.
Yeah, makes sense.
Let's do the honey mustards next.
What's really wild with the earlier rounds of this competition is that you'll have 10 to sometimes up to like 20 that are in the same category that you need to then winnow down.
Right.
So if you're not careful with your palate, you can get very exhausted very
Yeah,
quickly.
definitely more dense.
Oh yeah,
Might be a little.
there might be. Let's do herb veggie.
Adios.
Herb veggie, which is a dill flavored mustard.
Do you prescribe, like, for say the fruit? It says the highlighted fruit is passion fruit this year.
Right.
Is that something that you prescribe, or is that something they choose, or how's that work?
In terms of what comes in from the mustard makers, it's really
Yeah.
whatever they feel like doing, and then the prior 2 rounds sort of determine what actually makes it here. So people who are tasting these mustards might find this dill one better than a different dill one, or
Gotcha.
passion fruit better than something with cherry or cranberry. So it really is it's an NCAA bracket kind of situation.
Gotcha.
The winner advances.
Whole seed.
Okay. It says on here some may think of this as pickled mustard seeds. Are they actually pickled, or is it just some might think that because they taste pickly?
Yes.
Fantastic. That's all we have time for.
Let's do the deli mustard next.
Okay.
We normally taste with corned beef.
Let it never be said that judging mustard doesn't have its perks to a certain extent. You show up for mustard and you get lunch.
I know. That's not bad at all.
Let's do the exotic next. The exotic, which is ginger and curry.
Ooh.
Spirit mustards
Okay.
should taste like champagne.
Okay. Is it always made with champagne, or is it sometimes made
Nope.
with other stuff?
Boy, in the past, it's been bourbon,
Oh, wow.
beer.
I find the beer ones are hard to translate because the hops can get real weird real
Okay.
fast if you don't treat them right, and they can taste a little old.
We've got a barbecue mustard, basically barbecue, and it could be a mustard made with the grilling sauce, coarse grained, which is similar to whole seed, except the seeds are ground.
And what does grinding the seeds do?
What it does, it gives texture. It also could be, as they're ground, in part of flavor as well. Dijon category. And Dijon mustard should have a kick.
Dijon is like the Pilsner of
Yeah.
mustard.
Yeah.
Right.
Doesn't really give you a lot of room to hide your mistakes.
Nope.
It is
Exactly.
a very pure mustard, and if you screw something up, it's going to be very obvious.
This is going to be tough, by the way.
Yeah, it
This
is.
is going to be very hard to do.
Fruit mustards next. Passion fruit.
I was pleasantly surprised that the mustard kick came in at the end.
Garlic. Horseradish.
Probably, yeah.
Yep.
Now they start coming for your sinuses for
Yep.
real.
I'm okay with that. As long as they're balanced, that's the thing.
Classic hot.
Now, where does Chinese hot mustard fall on the spectrum?
Classic hot.
It's a classic hot?
Yeah, with the heat coming only from the mustard seed.
This is the all-engine sports car. There's no
Yeah.
no nitrous, no turbo, all oxygen.
Got it.
The flavor experience from mustard to mustard can be really similar in a lot of ways. And then you get to something like this, where just that extra tweak has such an immediate biological effect on your head. Like you feel it up here, you feel it in your sinuses, all of a sudden your nose starts to run in a way that it wasn't running before.
I'm guessing pepper medium is going to be next, so I'm going to move the microphone.
Yes, pepper medium. Okay, pepper very hot.
Yeah.
Be careful. You've been warned.
The hottest.
Like
of
really hot.
That's pretty hot.
All caps hot on the sheet.
Oh man, and it builds. Oh,
Oh yeah.
I mean it's not Carolina Reaper, but boy howdy. Yeah, on the sheet it says very hot in all caps, and it is not lying. That is, good Lord. Thank you so much for this tasting.
Our voices go in amidst all of the professionals in Chicago and
Right, Denver,
Boston.
Madison, at the Harvey House, Boston. I tally them across, and then the lowest winner
Yeah,
is the
one,
winner.
the champion. So we're going to end our tasting in a classic way with a hot dog. And instead of just picking one, I'm going to put multiple on.
that does sound like it.
Try the bill. It's kind of.
You can't beat it. It's classic for a reason.
I know, right?
Is the hot dog a sandwich?
Thank you for asking, Barry. Yes, I have been asked this, but I always like to advocate that it is a sandwich. For me, if you look at the hot dog bun, it's kind of equal thickness on these two sides, and then you've
Right.
got this thin hinge to accommodate the tubular meat. So it's kind of like a hinged hoagie roll. It's just
Right.
filled with a hot dog instead of hoagie ingredients. So to me,
Right.
a hot dog is a sandwich. I will concede that if someone asks you if you want a sandwich, you say yes, and they hand you a hot dog, that might be a little disconnecting. But
Right.
I think technically, yes, it is a sandwich. Some people say, well, isn't it a taco? Well, a taco to me uses a tortilla, uniform thickness, so the taco is more of a sling.
If you could replace the interior of any more traditional, less contentious sandwich with a hot dog, which sandwich would you hot dogify?
Reuben,
Now, would you slice it or would you keep it as like
I would probably slice it.
I actually had that when I was practicing law at the Attorney General's office. It was actually a question that was posed to the Attorney General: is a hot dog a sandwich? I spent pages on that and concluding that it was. I think the district attorney from Dane County, I think,
Okay.
they just wanted to know.
Can people taste the mustards that win?
Yes, there is mustard tasting for all the winners, including the grand champion, which will be announced, let's see, about the middle of May. The gold, silver, and bronze medals will be displayed. Many of them can be tasted as well.
When will they be available to be tasted?
Memorial Day weekend,
And where will they be able to be tasted?
here at the National Mustard Museum in Middleton, Wisconsin.
What's your next big event with the
The
mustard?
next event, big event, August 1st, National Mustard Day, celebrated here in Middleton, here at the Mustard Museum, and around the world,
And people can taste mustards and other things made with mustard?
of course. I think everyone knows that the Mustard College is located here,
Oh, yes.
poop on you. Of course.
Of course.
And I am proud to present you with a DDS, Doctor of Diddly Squat, with highest honors in useless information to Barry.
Oh, that
And
is
thank
perfect.
you.
Thank you so much.
On our hot dogs, on our bratwurst, mustard is so cool. Never mayo, never ketchup, they're against the rules. Gleaming gold and mellow yellow, smooth, rough, sweet and hot. Fight, poop on you, will fight and eat some lunch.
I love it. That's awesome. I'm glad you've got a fight song for Poop on You. That's
Of
good.
course.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I gotta say a big thank you to Barry and his wife Patty for being consummate host and for including me in on the judging for the Grand Champion Mustard of 2026. Special shout out to Kyle for setting this up and for giving us a ride there and back. Very much appreciated. And big thanks to Christine for doing all the filming. If you ever find yourself in or around Middleton, Wisconsin, check out the National Mustard Museum. It is actually quite interesting. And for the record, yes, we did buy 4 mustards to bring home. Look for those to be plus-ups in future episodes of Sandwiches of History. All right, thanks for watching. See you next time.